Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are San Diego.
Oh, it's great to say back in San Diego, and there's the star yesterday off the bench, a two-run homer, Yasmani Grandal. He plays behind the plate. Here's a man that covers first base, a hero almost every night he plays. Joey Votto leads nearly every category in the National League, including slugging percentage and on-base percentage, a true all-star. As we're set to go at beautiful Petco Park, the first of a four-game series, the San Diego Padres entertaining the Cincinnati Reds. And good evening, everyone, and welcome aboard along with Mr. Padre Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn. Good to have you back. Well, you just wait, pick your spot, 5-game winning streak, and now you're with us.
Oh, good to be back. You're right, Dick. I came in at the right time.
And the longest winning streak active in the major leagues, the Padres 5 in a row. And the big story, of course, in this game tonight, it's a culmination of some sense of a big trade back in December when the Padres picked up 4 Reds for Matt Latos.
Yeah, Matt Latos was a number 1 or number 2 in the Reds case. Felt like he was going to be a quality guy. The Padres ended up getting 4 guys. All of them have gotten to the big leagues. Volquez and Alonso both were going to be big leaguers. Grandal's come up, and boy, has he made a statement. And Brian Boxberger came up early in the year. So all 4 of those guys have been in the big leagues.
So that's a good trade. Both teams are very happy with the result. And Matt Latos, a slow April, but he has it going now. He's won 7 straight games.
Boy, and you're right. 2 complete games, 2 complete games shutout. Yeah, and Edison Volquez, early in the year, he was having a little trouble locating, but the last 2 starts, boy, he's been really good getting that changeup over. Both of these guys have thrown the ball extremely well right now.
Well, Volquez, when they played in spring training, was energized facing his former teammates. He said, oh, it's just another game. He doesn't mean that a bit. There's going to be a lot of emotion tonight.
I believe so. And you know, Matt Latos, I think, loved it here, ended up getting traded. He wants to show the Padres they made a mistake. All 3 of these guys on the Padres are in the lineup tonight. They want to show the Reds that they made a huge mistake. Hopefully they'll relax. I think it's going to be a well-pitched game tonight.
Well, the Padres on the best run of wins this entire season. Can they make it a half dozen against Matt Latos? They seek number 6. Will that big home run attack and power on the road carry over to Petco? We're about to find out. Madras rookies bringing energy and power. 9 home runs on the road trip and a 5-game win streak as we're set to go. The Reds of Johnny B. Baker Jr., Dusty Baker in his 5th year with the Reds, and here's his lineup tonight. He juggled things around a bit. Cozart starts, then Valdez gets a rare start in center field. Joey Votto, Mr. Everything. Brandon Phillips, a Gold Glove Silver Slugger winner of a year ago. Then Bruce Frazier. Chris Heisey, he did a lot of damage against the Padres last year when he had a chance to start. And Ryan Hannigan behind the plate as the first pitch from Edison Volquez. And we're underway. Volquez making his 18th Padres start. Only .222 average. Those trying to handle his excellent stuff, and of course has one of the best changeups in baseball. Zach Cozart, a rookie shortstop, played at Ole Miss, hitting right at .250. Came up for a cup of coffee late last year and hit .324, just 37 at bats. Had a good spring. He's got some power, 8 home runs.
That's one of the things this Reds team does a good job of. They've got power. They've got some guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
And it goes to 2-2. The umpires tonight, Wally Bell calling the balls and strikes with Knight, Winters, the crew chief, and Wagner on the bases. And Joey Votto will hit third in the Reds lineup. Brian Knight, by the way, at first base is going to the All-Star game. Swing and a miss, and Volquez gets off on the right foot with a strikeout of the leadoff man, Cozart.
You can locate your changeup. It makes the high fastball. The ball had a little bit of run in on Cozart, but the last couple of starts, he's really done a great job keeping the ball down and using all his pitches. 95
miles an hour on that strikeout pitch. Here's center fielder Wilson Valdez, the 34-year-old veteran. Been around several teams. Now getting a start in center field. .94 smacking into the glove of young Grandal. And a strike. Drew Stubbs given the night off in a bit of a slump, so Valdez getting a start in center field. Skips in the fastball. Valdez taking all away, and Volquez not happy with the result of that last delivery, as you saw him snatch at the return throw from Grandal.
Like a lot of clubs, you don't want to consistently get behind hitters, give hitters counts to hit in.
And it's been his control, the Achilles heel for Volquez. And that one just missed. From manager Bud Black's perspective, first base dugout. Chopped, and a tough play that's going to kick foul. And the count will be full on Valdez. That gives us a chance to look at the Padres defense, brought to you by Mazda. Quinton in left, Maben in center, and Venable will patrol right field. Headley and Alonso at the corners. Cabrera and Amarista, the double play combo with young Grandal behind the plate. There he is, the 5'5" ninja. He's come into the infield. We can see him tonight. We had trouble finding him in left field in Arizona last night. What a wonderful surprise he's been coming over from the Angels. And the other player in that deal has a swing, a foul tip by Valdez. Don Roach, a right-handed pitcher, continues to just overpower minor league hitters. He's 11-1. And there's Joey Votto. Sharply hit to the left. What a stop by Cabrera, but he can't get it out of his glove. diving stop. He'd had trouble throwing out the speedy Valdez, but a great effort by Efren Cabrera at short.
Yeah, Cabrera came up with that. If he could have got it out of his glove, he might have had a chance of getting Valdez at first base, but just could not get a grip on it. He ranged a long way up the middle to come up with that, but just couldn't hold on to it.
See this one on the infield dirt. It looked like he caught the edge of the grass with his glove, and that kind of helped knock it out of his grip. Infield hit for Valdez, and here's Votto. Goodness, you just look at the National League leading hitting departments, and Votto's either at the very top or in the top 5 of everything. His .350 average is up there in the top 4. He leads the league in doubles by a bunch. Slugging percentage, number 1. On base percentage, number 1. Walks, number 1. Well, there they are. And runners in scoring position, 367.
So you see that, you think left-hand hitter, you would think, oh, this guy's a power hitter to the full side of the field, but Padres are playing him as if he was a right-handed ball hitter, and that's how good he's been.
As that pitch fouled off out of with a runner going.
That's how good he's been this year, hitting the ball the other way, and his game plan has changed a little bit, where he was earlier in his career probably more of a pull hitter, but now basically just hits the ball where it's pitched.
He was quoted as saying that for a long time he tried to hit home runs, and then someone much wiser than he said, "No, the pitchers will throw you the home runs. You just hit the ball." In other words, get the pitch you can pull. Don't think home run until that pitch has arrived. And that sounds a lot like the advice you shared with us last year that Ted Williams gave to you.
Yeah. Well, and I think Joey Votto is the same type of hitter. He's very inquisitive. He wants to know. He wants to get information that he hopefully will help him become a better hitter. And he is not afraid to talk to other guys across the league and the American League.
3-1. He went around trying to check on that changeup. Full count. He called you.
He emailed me. He got my email from my son last year. Emailed me wanting to know about that exact same subject, getting the ball the other way. And he's a strong guy. His homers are going to come. What's important to him is that you got to be able to use the whole field so that.
Valdez goes in a check swing. Votto couldn't quite lay off that pitch from Volquez. But he's got 14 home runs at that. Yeah.
I mean, he's a very productive hitter, and when you're that productive, pretty soon they decide, you know what, we're not going to pitch to you anymore. And I think he's getting a little bit of that this year because Dusty Baker's tried a lot of people batting behind him, and the truth is, hey, you're going to try not to let him beat you.
Runner goes again, a ground ball up the middle. Can they get that runner? No, that's safe, and Votto's out at first base. So Dusty Baker, with a runner moving, stays out of the double play. Otherwise, that would have been an easy 2.
Take a look at the pitch by pitch. You'll see Volquez not trying to get anything in the middle of the plate. He falls behind. It's a good fastball there. Fastball down. Change up. Votto points his finger, lets him know, hey, that was a good pitch. And that's a breaking ball that hits it to the shortstop. But again, he's going to make you throw a ball in the strike zone.
So with 2 out and Valdez moving to second, it's Brandon Phillips, all-star the last 2 years. All-around talent at second base. Last year won the Gold Glove and the Silver Slugger Award. First infielder for the Reds to accomplish that rare double since Barry Larkin, who goes to Cooperstown later this month. You going back?
I am, yeah.
Great weekend to renew your friendships with the best in the game.
It'll be fun. It's always fun.
Johnny Baker, Dusty Baker, as he did not go around, says Brian Knight. A little unhappy that Phillips wasn't selected by Tony La Russa to return to the All-Star game. But there's always going to be someone unhappy.
Yeah, you're right.
Can't take all of the stars. Two balls and a strike. Good pitch.
That's the changeup. That's a. You throw 96 miles an hour and you come back with an 84 mile per hour changeup. You're going to have a bunch of swing and misses.
Volquez trying to get out of this opening inning and leave Valdez stranded out at second. 2-2 the count. Did he go? Yes. No. I thought at first that plate umpire Wally Bell was indicating that he'd gone around, but he was pointing dramatically at the first base umpire. The onus was on him, and he said no. He checked back.
You know what Mud would have said.
Rattle that one off the wall. Sarcastic double, potential triple on that swing. So the count full. So the cleanup hitter Phillips, former football and baseball star in Georgia. And upstairs it was. So the scoreboard had it 3-2. Now 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, now he's gone to
No,
first
that's
base.
what, I thought it was 3-2 myself. And now he starts to walk to first, and Wally Bell says, we got to square this away. He's going to call for help, other umpires, to make sure that I think that was 3-2, frankly.
Well, it's the first inning. And normally they carry a clicker that they keep track of the pitch count with. But he wants to double check and make sure.
And apparently the ruling of the men in black tonight is that that's 3-2, and Dusty Baker's not sure at all about the mathematics. Mike Trussell, who keeps custodial care on all the numbers for us up here in our Fox Sports San Diego booth, had it at 2-2, so now 3-2. I trust Trussell, and that's a tough thing for me to say, knowing you. There it is. There's our Fox tracks. 5 pitches. Makes it 3-2.
I just wonder why Brandon Phillips was delayed in going to first base. If he saw the scoreboard said 3-2, or Wally Bell said, hey, go to first base, that's ball 4.
So full count. Here comes a big pitch from Volquez early, and he backs him off with a fastball, and Phillips gives it a little, are you sure it's ball 4 now, and then trots on to the first bag. And the first walk from Volquez. Glenn Hoffman, third base coach, and Buddy Black in an animated discussion pointing out toward the field, but the proper call was made based on our information, moving Chase Headley closer to the bag at third for Jay Bruce. Bruce leads the team in home runs and RBIs. This 25-year-old from Beaumont has big power. Hitting at 256, but big numbers in the power department.
He's really starting to come into his own this year, too. An all-star team. Really a gold glove quality type right fielder, too.
Votto will start at first base for the National League in the All-Star. Jay Bruce, a reserve outfielder, and Aroldis Chapman also going to Kansas City, and he'll be in the bullpen, the hard-throwing left-hander. 1-2. Those 17 home runs for Bruce place him number 4 in the National League. Ryan Braun's the leader with 23. Two on, 2 out here in the top of the first inning as the Padres and the Reds underway the first of 4 games. keeping that fastball up in the mid-90s.
He really is. And again, he's doing a good job locating the fastball. It's already shown tonight he's got a good changeup. And the key for him tonight will be, as we've talked about, to me, it's locating the fastball. If he can put the fastball in a good spot, that's going to make his changeup a whole lot better.
Goes to the off-speed pitch, but it's low. And it's 2-2. 30 pitches already the first inning. Not a good start for Volquez.
That's the thing you worry about, is that pitch count.
Trying to pepper that low outside corner. And bounces this one in, and another full count. All 4 hitters have gone to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Phillips at first base thought he went to 4 balls and 2 strikes. But that's another point. And now, with the count full, the full shift is on as they bring the shortstop Cabrera over to the second base side of the bag with only Headley covering the left side of the infield. Runners will be off. And they're off now, and they've got Phillips in a rundown. Here comes the play to the plate. They're going to make sure they get this one. Headley to the plate, the tag, and he is out of there. The Reds get a little greedy on the bases with a shift on. It was almost as if the Padres baited them. They thought, well, there's no one over at third base. We can steal there, but the Padres defense alert, and the Reds are denied. The largest 4G network, AT&T. Rethink possible. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. And by the new summer barbecue menu at Burger King. Let's have a barbecue today. And the view from the park in the park, out by our Fox Sports San Diego studios and the Tony Gwynn statue. Well, it's as if they, Volquez holds the ball long enough. Yep. They were going to go 3-2 on the pitch, but he didn't throw the ball, and now they get in the rundown, the lead runner, and Valdez erased at the plate.
Well, that was a key play. Volquez didn't give up the ball and was aware that Valdez was coming around third.
So big play to keep the Reds off the board in the opening inning, and of course that was going to be a 3-2 pitch. Matt Latos on the hill. He knows how that, as the players call it, the bump, how it feels. He labored there for the Padres the last couple of years. He's just 24 years of age. You have to remind yourself that's why they made this big trade 4-for-1 in Cincinnati. They feel the upside. About 10 years for this talented kid from Florida. He starts 2-1 against Will Venable. Venable Checks in at 251 tonight. A .319 hitter in his career against Reds pitching. And he pulls this one softly to Votto. And the flip to Latos in time. Take a look now at Bud Black's lineup, brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. After Venable, Amarista, Headley, Quentin in the cleanup spot. Then Grandal and Alonso, the University of Miami combination, with Maven hitting 7th, Cabrera 8th, and Volquez batting 9th. Alexi Amarista capturing the fancy of San Diego Padre fans. After a slow start after the trade, he's just building his average to 289, and his power has just been stunning.
Really has. Really surprising. The ball he hit in Colorado, I was stunned. I was sitting at home watching. I just could not believe he could hit a ball that far.
He takes a healthy cut at everything. In fact, when he was batting 143 in May, some of the experts were saying, hey, little guy, you're trying to swing too hard.
Yeah.
Just try to put it in play.
Yeah, I was one of those guys sitting at home saying the same thing. But, you know, again, what's happened, you get some games under your belt, you start to realize you can or can't do things. And, you know, he's obviously feeling pretty comfortable out there.
And he hits that one well to left field, and giving ground is Heisey to make the play. So, yeah, a week ago, Heisey would have been in a couple of steps shorter than that, and that ball's going to the wall. So they're treating him with respect defensively, the Reds. And a look at their defensive alignment. That's Heisey who made the catch, Valdez and Bruce in the outfield, Frazier in one corner, Votto at first. Cozart and Phillips up the middle, with Ryan Hannigan getting the start behind the plate. Now a couple of outs, and here's Chase Headley. Strike one. Headley, the club leader in home runs and RBIs with the 8 and 42. Change up, huh?
When he's getting that over, when he's getting that breaking ball over and the slider over, he's got a pretty good changeup. But, you know, it's the fastball that I think a lot of guys worry about.
Oh, that looked like strike 3.
He tried to inside out that fastball on the inside corner right there.
Southland Technology bringing us that Fox track, and that showed that to be a strike. 2-2. Very comfortable night. A sweater, light jacket night here at Petco Park. Looking forward to seeing you Friday and Saturday night. Saturday's a 6 o'clock Padre Live, as it is tomorrow night. 7 o'clock games, and then 1 o'clock game on Sunday. Foul tip, strike 3. Matt Latos. A 1-2-3 first inning for the Reds.
beneficial for both clubs in the short term, and then we'll see about the long term. I think, trades are viewed from so many different angles and perspectives over time that I think that, like I said yesterday, both teams, I think, got what they wanted and what they needed. Cincinnati got a frontline starting pitcher that they felt as though they needed, and we got depth, and we feel we got talent both.
It's the best trade. Both sides seem happy to this point. Time will tell as Volquez using that changeup on Jay Bruce, and Bud Black providing us with our Geico quote of the night. So Jay Bruce, that 3-2 count erased. He starts anew, 0-2. Tried to hit the outside corner. That was a pitcher's pitch. Umpire Bell thought it was just off the edge.
Yeah, Jay Bruce got to feel like this is his second at bat tonight.
Now 2-2.
So 5 pitches his first at bat for the pick off of Valdez. Get a chance to come back up the next half inning and see some more pitches.
See the number 48 back of the mound in tribute to Darryl Otkerfeld. His passing last week. Slap foul, and that's a mean line drive into the second deck. That got up here in a hurry. Fortunately off the seat and downstairs. Good to have Eric Weddle with us today. He'd rather hit a tight end and bring him down than catch that one. And here we go again, another 3-2 count. So he's technically, officially, Volquez faced 4 batters because Bruce is up again. But 5 times he's gone to a 3-2 count. All over this fox trap. Chopped, and he hit him in the back. Foul ball. So Jay Bruce with the 2 at bats the end of the first inning and open the second. Now about to see his 14th pitch from Volquez.
See, normally that works to the hitter's favor. The more pitches you see, the more comfortable you get.
Fouls off another good one. And he walked him. Layla Rahimi, come on in.
Thanks a lot, Dick. And we talked to Edinson Volquez yesterday just about preparing for this game. And Edinson said he was excited. He was looking forward to this. And we saw him in spring training pitch a great game against Cincinnati. Really is coming out party as a Padre. And he talked about striking out Joey Votto twice and what that was like facing his former team. And the emotion was playing a role then, and it could be playing a role now. But something that Edinson definitely had top of mind. Dick and Tony, back to you.
That's right, Layla. That was way back on March 23rd when he went 5 2/3 against the Reds. First pitch is a strike as Todd Frazier can't hold back. And that last at bat, Jay Bruce, who saw a lot of pitches, but the frustration for the Padres and for the man on the mound, Edinson Volquez, he had him 0-2.
Yeah.
And yes, Bruce did foul off some good pitches. But here comes the 42nd delivery already from Volquez. It's a strike. Todd Frazier playing third base tonight and getting his 5th consecutive start. Scott Rowland, the regular third baseman for Cincinnati, suffering from back spasms. And Frazier filling in well. He's got 8 home runs. Late swing. Count remains 0-2.
Good pitch by Volquez there. You saw Frazier. He knew he was beat on the inside, and that was the best that he could do was foul it off, and he did a nice job of doing that.
Bruce at first with the leadoff walk. Ground ball back up the middle, deflected by Volquez. A throw to first will be in time, and the putout is 1-4-3. That might have been a double play ball, but Volquez instinctively got a glove on it. Amarista was in position to field it. So moving into scoring position is Bruce on the 1-4-3 putout.
I think you're absolutely right. If that ball, Volquez lets that ball go, they're going to have a chance to possibly turn two.
Chris Heisey, left fielder, is the batter. There was talk last year, and of course talk is talk, and it's inexpensive, that the Padres were interested in trying to acquire Heisey in the offseason. The fourth outfielder for the Reds, who also have Ryan Ludwig. He's on the bench tonight. Remember one of the games last year, Heisey played right field, made a sensational catch on a ball that might have won the game for the Padres, and he also hit a couple of home runs. High drive to right center field, and there's no one out there. It gets by Venable, so the run will score, and Heisey, running all the way, will pull into third with a triple. Yep, he does some damage again, and the Reds lead 1-0. The leadoff walk paying off for Cincinnati. Bruce showing he can gallop pretty well.
This ball was hit. I thought Will Venable might have had a chance to run this thing down. Heisey, ball's elevated and drives it in the right center. It looked like he was going to think about diving for it, and because he felt like he couldn't get there.
Well, really died out in right center, didn't it?
It really did. See Heisey, he never hesitated. Saw the way to third base. Gives the Reds an early lead.
Brings the infield in for catcher Ryan Hannigan, who has a 272 mark, 8 runs batted in. One of the reasons that the Padres were able to acquire Yasmani Grandal, the catcher in the deal for Latos, was that the Reds have rated Devin Mesoraco, another young catcher, a bit ahead of Grandal, and they figure that Mesoraco could be their receiver for 10 years. So that's allowed Grandal to be available. But Mesoraco giving the night off and Hannigan getting a start. Hannigan, good man off the bench this year, as a pinch hitter, 6 for 8. Good play made by that gentleman. See what happened here. Oh, good play. No, a good position by that gentleman. See, that's where the wisdom of experience. Huh?
Bring a glove to the ballpark.
Yeah. Let those young kids battle for it. I'll just sit right here and pick up the souvenir.
And of course, we're going to put you on TV too. So
swing and a miss, and Hannigan goes down for the second out. Second strikeout for Volquez, and Matt Latos will step up with 2 away and a man at third. Latos, as a Padre, did hit a couple of home runs. He has 3 hits and 27 at-bats as a Red this year. So the infield can pull back after the strikeout by Hannigan. 50 pitches now from Volquez. 2-0 to the opposing pitcher. And how do you figure that? Volquez was such good stuff, and it's almost as if he can't throw a fastball right down the middle and get a strike.
And you know what, Dick? This is one of the reasons why the Padres were able to acquire him, is because the exact same thing. And you know, there's nobody denying what kind of stuff he has. But you have to be able, at this level, you have to be able to consistently throw the fastball for a strike.
Well, here's a good opportunity for him to show that he can just throw a strike. It's 3-0 to the pitcher, Latos. Doesn't figure that Latos has the green light and tries to distract. 3-1. Two outs. Heisey at third with the RBI triple. Good cut there by the lanky Latos.
Latos knew he had to throw a strike there too. He went ahead and took a shot, fouled it off.
This is the 6th time going through the order. The first time there's been a full count. That'll be a souvenir high off to the right. Well, Tuesday, July 17th, the dog days of summer presented by Petco. Enjoy a Padres game with your canine when the Padres entertain the Astros. A 7:05 game on that Tuesday. Come early, enjoy a dog tailgate party featuring a variety of pet vendors. Another foul. Space is limited, so we advise you to hurry. Go to petco.com/Petco Park for your application.
His glove to the park.
Right. They'll go home happy. And the 3-2 pitch again. Strike three. 96 on the fastball. Lato still staring at the outside edge. Thought it was ball 4. To look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Matt Latos finishing his warm-ups will face Carlos Quinton, Yasmani Grandal, and Yonder Alonso in the Padres' second inning. Time now, Tony, for our Lexus keys to the game.
Well, no welcome, Matt. Padres need to come out and really be just as aggressive with Matt Latos as they were on this road trip where they hit 15 home runs on this last 10-game road trip, and show them what they're missing. You know, as we mentioned, Alonso, Grandal, Volquez all came over from the Reds organization and are likely to be playing with some emotions tonight. So that's what we talked about. And maybe Edison Volquez, maybe that's the problem, is that maybe he's trying so hard to beat his old teammates that, you know, he might be having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone.
Quinton swings at the first pitch and skies it into left center field. Shortstop Cozart goes out and calls off the outfielders for the out. Well, last night in Arizona, 2 strikes on Grandal, and a paper airplane delayed play and landed right behind home plate. A little delay, and then Grandal drills it just over the top of the right field fence for a 2-run pinch home run. And the Padres went on to an 8-6 victory and the first sweep of the D-backs in Arizona in 15 years.
Wow.
6 hits in 20 at-bats, 4 of them home runs, 2 from the right side, 2 from the left side. Latos jumps in front. 2 well-placed pitches.
That's the pitch that when he's on and he's throw that breaking ball for a strike, boy, he could be a tough customer.
Reaches out and punches a fly ball to left. An easy chance for Heisey. 2 away. So Latos has retired the first 5 Padres that he's faced. Yonder Alonso checks in at 260. Had a nice series against the Diamondbacks. 5 RBIs, 5 base hits, a home run, and a couple of doubles. He's a doubles machine. 19 2-base hits so far this year. Oh, 2. He does have a wicked curveball.
Yeah, when he Latos, everybody knows across the league, he's got some of the best stuff in all of Major League Baseball. But the key for him is when he can throw that breaking ball for a strike, boy, he becomes extremely difficult. So
at 6'6", he does get that downward plane.
That's exactly right, Dickie. When he's on and he's throwing like he can, the fastball is coming downhill. And so is the breaking ball, and it's tough. It's just tough to hit.
Tried to nibble that inside corner. It's 1-2.
And if you're a left-hand hitter, not only can he throw that breaking ball and drop it in on you, he can, like he tried to do earlier in the game, inside out the fastball.
Well, you've had a chance from afar, Tony, to examine the swing of Yonder Alonso. What do you see?
I think he's going to be good. I think the guys that the Padres got in this trade, I think they're all got a chance to be quality major league hitters. And Alonso is coming along. You can see early in the year when he was really struggling, he knew he had to make some changes. And really what he's really tried to do is just shorten up his stroke. Not be afraid to use the whole field.
And he works the count from 0-2 to full.
That's the other thing I like. I think he's got a good eye. He just got to trust himself when he gets behind in the count. It's okay. You can still be patient and work the count and try to get a good pitch to hit. And he's learning. I think he's getting a chance to play every day. He's starting to figure that out.
And he works a walk. 2 strikes down. Padres have their first base runner. And a reminder to join the Padres for Sunday's U.S. Marine Corps Appreciation Day, presented by USAA. Coming up Sunday, a 105 game. Enjoy a pregame ceremony as the Padres will close out this 4-game series with the Reds. And then following the game, all you kids 14 and younger invited down on the field to run the bases here at Petco. Get your tickets tonight at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. The Marines will be at Petco on Sunday. Here's Maben. And takes it away, ball 1. Yeah, there were a lot of superlatives tossed around about the Padres hitting attack on the road trip, winning 7 of 10. And, of course, the exclamation point delivered by this man, Maben, on the longest home run hit this season unofficially in the National League, and he drills this one into the hole and through to left field. First hit off Latos, so the Padres with a little 2-out action here in the second. We'll go back to examination of the swing of Cameron Maben. Early stance, Tony Gwynn on the left, the adjusted style on the right.
Well, see, the one on the left, he was late getting his foot down and consequently was late with the swing. And on the right, he got his foot down on time. That gives you more of a chance to let your hands work. And that's what he's been doing. He's gotten his leg kick timing, kind of eliminated that, went to a toe tap. And now his hands are much quicker through the zone, and that's what you want.
So Everett Cabrera with 2 on, 2 out, and the Reds leading 1-0. Let's go back again to Maben's swing and the single that he just produced.
Watch the toe tap. He just taps his toe. Still in a good position, sets it down. Now he's taking the swing, and that's going to make your bat a whole lot quicker. The key is, more than anything, and I know this sounds simple, swing and strikes. Swing and strikes. Let the ball, leave those balls out of the zone, let them go. Concentrate on getting the ball in the zone, and now you get a chance to make some things happen.
Cabrera backing away, but the strike call from Wally Bell. It's 1-1. Well, it seems as if you're locked in keeping that front foot down, that you're less likely to lunge at a bad pitch, that you've got a little more time to look at a ball in the zone.
One of the things I learned early on playing at the big league level is that you have more time than you think. A lot of guys want to rush, try to hurry up.
Foul tip.
Facing a guy like Latos, your natural tendency, that's what you want to do. You know he throws hard, so you kind of want to gear up and try to time. And really, you have more time. So the key is just getting in position and being ready to pull the trigger.
Are you sure you really have a lot of time now? You had you had such good vision.
Yeah.
Doesn't that help a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely, no question. And all those things come into play: experience, and, confidence. But as a hitter, a lot of times you just feel like you don't have it all the time, and you really do.
And strike 3 call. Latos gets the call on the inside corner, and Cabrera caught looking, and the Padres lead 2 on. Here's that pitch that runs over the inside corner, hitting over. Night at the Ball Yard. 1-0 Cincinnati as we go to the top of the 3rd inning, and the top of the order for the Reds. Cozart, Valdez, and Votto to bat against Volquez, who has 58 pitches in the bank already, and just into the inning. Oh, what a stop by Headley! A do or die stab, and he throws out Cozart.
Take that. Don't bring that weak stuff in here.
That's the voice of the Hall of Famer and San Diegan UCLA All-America Bill Walton, who had the honor of throwing out the first pitch tonight. You learned one thing about baseball: you can't dunk a baseball.
No, that's a lot farther than I ever dreamed. My goodness gracious sakes alive.
Okay, Coach Wood.
I took 3.
We saw it.
I took 3.
We're going to replay it too. You know that.
It was my best work.
Here's Bill Walton in action. He's got pretty good form here, and then it's so you thought you could lob it up there, right? Give me another shot. Neat.
Looks a little stiff out there. Now that's a strike.
Let's go back to the third attempt. Did you finally get it to
3
Clayton
attempts?
Richard?
There we go.
That's in the strike zone.
Dick, I grew up in the era of 3 to make 2 from the free throw line, which was only 15 feet away. So from 60 feet 6 inches.
That's midcourt for you.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot further than midcourt. Great to see you, Dick.
Yeah.
And Tony, we're so proud of you. So happy for you.
Thank you.
Valdez strikes out 2 away. Don't let me interfere with the game here. I just got to duck in a few things here.
Oh, is that called?
You appreciate a superstar. This guy in the play, Joey Votto. Yeah, you're looking at one of the.
Who's
I would
batting
say,
right now?
Tony, one of the top 10 hitters in the baseball?
Yeah, absolutely.
But Tony Gwynn's one of the top 10 hitters of all time.
Well, there you go.
Well, this is just today, right?
Did you get a chance to see the Fox studios out there and the statue of Tony?
Oh,
how nice is that, huh?
I love Petco Park. And what the Padres and Petco Park do for San Diego is just absolutely spectacular. What a glorious day, my gosh. Compared to yesterday? Oh, yesterday was winter.
Well, we were in Arizona, and it was definitely summer over there.
Well, it was beautiful today. Oh, San Diego. Yay, San Diego.
Somebody's got to live here,
California.
huh? Somebody's got to live here.
We'll do it.
1 ball, 1 strike to Votto.
Oh, there's a game going on?
We want to talk to you
Strike
about.
him out. Come on, high and hard.
We want to talk to you about the real reason that you're here. It's supporting
I'm here to see
Challenge
you.
Athletes Foundation.
I'm here to see you, Dick.
Well, we appreciate that.
And
too.
I'm here to see Tony.
Thank you.
My heroes. Dick, you and I go back 42 years.
Well, let's not count.
Yeah, I know you're trying to get away from me there.
Tony isn't even that old. Yeah.
Yeah.
Votto, 2-2 to him.
But we're here for the Challenge Athletes Foundation.
Yeah. Now, what exactly are you trying to accomplish there?
It's
I know it's a great cause.
It's an organization. We buy wheelchairs and prosthetics for people that don't have arms and legs so that they can participate in the game of life through sport. And we generally buy them for our veterans through Operation Rebound. Grounder to short. Easy play. The throw to first. He's out of there, and the Padres send the Reds back to the bench.
See, I knew it was a mistake to bring him up here. Now he wants my job. Oh, my. Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn driving another base hit through that 5.5 hole. And fortunate tonight to be brushing shoulders with two of San Diego's all-time greats, Hall of Famers Bill Walton and Tony Gwynn. Bill is here in support of the Challenge Athletes Foundation, and we wanted to also talk to you a little bit about basketball. But how can Padre fans participate in your cause?
We buy the wheelchairs and the prosthetics for the people that don't have arms and legs. And John Siciliano, who's going to be coming out here at the end of the fourth inning to put on a demonstration of base stealing, something that
really?
Not the strength of my game.
So
but John was a world-class soccer player, and he was hit by a car when he was in college. And John would be out here putting on a demonstration because people who have health crises, and Tony and I have both been there, you think your life is over. And so what we do, we know better. Now, I've got my health back, and we're really pulling for Tony on a full-time basis here. So it's a situation, Dick, where
you're giving hope.
We're giving hope, and we're giving them the opportunity to use sport, which is the most important thing in all of our lives, to get back into the game of life. And so the nature of empowerment, the nature of being a part of a team, the nature of accomplishment, and we're able to provide these services, not only the material services with the wheelchairs, the sport chairs, and the prosthetics, but also the emotional help.
We're talking a lot about the wounded warriors then in this group, aren't we?
Right. Wounded warriors, guys coming back from Afghanistan and Iraq, blown up. They think their lives are over. Young children who never really had the chance. They have the birth defects, and they're missing an arm or a leg, and they just never really see that fact that, hey, tomorrow is going to be better. And that's what we do. Or maybe someone like John Siciliano, who's been in a tragic accident.
Mm-hmm. So how do we help? How do the fans help the cause?
You can go to challengedathletes.org.
Challengeathletes.org.
Challenge with an ED, athletes, plural.org. And you can get involved. You can be a mentor. You can be a volunteer. You can donate money. You can just come and be a part of our team. Dick,
that's great.
I'm 59 years old. The Challenge Athletes Foundation is the best thing I've ever done in and with my life.
That's great to hear.
So we ride our bikes a ton. We come out here to the baseball park tonight, and Saquon, which has been a huge supporter of the Challenge Athletes Foundation, and they wrote a very nice check tonight of $5,000. Chairman Danny Tucker. Danny Tucker and I went to high school together, rival high schools, Helix versus Santana, and we had a good team. And Santana was good, but we were able to take them down.
Now another strikeout for Latos. He's getting the calls on the corners, isn't he? That's his fourth of the night. Well, coming up, we just have another out, perhaps, in this inning. We wanted to ask you about your feelings of the basketball classic switching to the Midway in November. Syracuse, San Diego State.
It's going to be fantastic. Jim Boeheim, the Hall of Famer from Syracuse, bringing in a top 10 program every single year. And what Steve Fisher has done. You talk about building a team. You talk about pulling the community together. What a fantastic leader. Who would have ever thought that San Diego State basketball would be the hottest ticket in all of Southern California? Kudos to Steve Fisher and San Diego State.
I would have thought that.
Well, if you would have stayed on the team,
oh,
Tony,
no.
Yes. You were a very good basketball player.
He's been outstanding. He's done a great job.
He really has. So San Diego State will entertain Syracuse on the Midway, and I don't have the date in front of me. It's
November 9th. It's a Friday night. It's going to be fantastic.
And it's going to be televised nationally on Fox Sports, so
yes.
That'll be exciting. There's Amarista slapping a sharp drive foul. He lined out to left field his first time. So things continue to be busy for you. I know you're involved in a lot of charitable activities, and I congratulate you and your wife heartily.
Lori's here tonight. She's downstairs. We're having just a grand time. And
Lori, you over-married, you know
yes,
that.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, of course.
I have never been busier. I've never been happier. And I haven't been this healthy since high school. And
ground ball up the middle, and this little Amarista, he is
on
something.
Fire. Okay, now send him on the first pitch. Let's get some offensive attack going right now.
Now he's doing your job, Tony.
Hey.
Don't wait around. Don't wait. Look at that. Just cutting right through on that inside slider there. He just
ever play
it right back up.
Did you play any baseball at all as a kid? I mean, because you were so tall at such a young age, obviously the basketball recruiting began.
Dick, as you can see by the mustard on my shirt, I was a really good baseball player.
This is a man that knows how to have a good time at the ballpark.
I'm here today with Dave Grunstrom. Dave Grunstrom, who runs Marvin K. Brown Auto Center in Mission Valley. Dave Grunstrom and I is my longest running friend. 50 years. We met each other at Helix Gym. His older brother ran the gym in 1962. And I rode my bike over there, and I looked inside this gym, and I said, oh, my gosh, this is heaven on earth. So I put down my baseball glove, and I put down my bat, and I went inside, and the rest is history. And I'm here with Dave tonight, and I'm here with my wife Lori and our oldest son Adam and his wife Tracy and our granddaughter Avery Rose. He is going for safe.
All right, you're a good umpire too. He's doing it all, folks.
He's doing it all.
Hey, you guys down in the truck, you can leave now. Director, producer, tape man. He's coming down. He's coming down there.
Well, it was great, Dick, to be able to come and see you, and I got to see Rusty and Andy, two of your cameramen who are working here.
Oh, they're the best, yeah.
Who you and I, Dick, have worked so many games with those guys, and it just had an easy play to call. Got that left hand right in there under the tag. I love the aggressiveness on the base pass.
Well, they're number 2 in all of baseball in stealing bases, the Padres. Amarista has his second of the season, and Headley a chance to tie the game here. Well, we appreciate all you're doing for the city and the county that we love and the people that we reach out to try to help.
This sounds like you're throwing me off the stage.
The rule is a half inning. You've already broken the rule. You get a half inning. We gave you 2 half innings.
I took 3 pitches to get my 1 point across.
Call the concessionaires. He wants to sell peanuts, popcorn, and cracker checks.
I'm having so much fun here at Petco with the Padres. Oh, my gosh.
Well,
why can't every day be like this?
Let's see if you can get the Padres a run here.
Okay, line it up right up the middle here. Maybe take the pitcher's cap off. And then this guy on second base, he can come sprinting in and beat the throw, which will be an off-balance throw because the guy had to scramble to pick up the dribbler.
Whoops, I think we've cross-pollinated here. 2 balls and a strike.
The strength of my game, Dick.
Out of play, and it's 2-2.
Tony, you are so fortunate to work with Dick, and I know you know this. But yeah. I'm Dick Enberg's worst nightmare.
Oh, really?
He used to broadcast our games.
I remember.
And he would come, and it was the only time that John Wooden would ever leave the practice court. He'd go and step to the side when Dick would come on Thursdays for the weekend preparation for the games. And he'd say, okay, give me all the stories, Johnny. And Coach would say, oh, Henry Bibby. Dick would say, oh, my, yes, Jamal Wilkes. Oh, my, yes, Greg Lee. Oh, my, Bill Walton. Oh, my.
No, that's what Coach Wooden said. Oh, my. Is he even around? Is he down at the barbershop cutting the long locks?
Oh, my gosh. I was Coach Wooden's easiest recruit, his worst nightmare, and I took years off his life, Dick. As I'm trying not to do that to you.
Yeah, there's one of the great moments for me was just maybe 3-4 years ago, and I know you called Coach Wooden 3-4 times a week to make sure everything was fine, and I was having a conversation on the phone with Coach Wooden. I said, I think it's really it's rich and sweet about Walton. He cares so much about you that he says he talks to you 3-4 times a week, and Coach Wooden without a hesitation said, no, I listened to him 3 or 4 days.
His patience as yours. Oh, barely foul. Goodness gracious. Just another.
You know what, I'm almost fearful, as much as I'd like to see Headley get a run here and then not get a run. Then he's going to think, Walton's going to think he got it, and we're never going to get rid of it.
I'm just going to get up and let him sit here. He's done such a great job already.
A full count on the man who sees 3-2 many times a game, and Latos knows that and backs off.
I think the pitcher's scared.
Amarista with a base hit and a steal at second. The tying run ready to go here on 3-2. And Headley thought he had ball 4, and Wally Bell has got a wide strike zone tonight, and the inning is over. Bill, thank you so much. You're a good friend for a long time. Man.
We love you, Dick Enberg and Tony Gwynn. We love you too.
Thank you.
Keep
Thanks
up the
so
good
much,
work,
guys.
Keep up the good work. Padres no runs and 2 hits, and the reversal of uniforms of the 2 pitchers tonight. Matt Latos now in the red of the Cincinnatis, and Edinson Volquez in the home whites tonight of the Padres. Leading off 4th inning, Brandon Phillips. The run in the game came on a leadoff walk, Jay Bruce, and he came around on a triple from Chris Heisey into right center field. And Phillips walked the first time. Mark Sweeney is now down by the Padre dugout in his usual location near our camera well, and I'm sure he's heard some of the barking from that first base dugout at plate umpire Wally Bell.
Yeah, there's been some calls here that are definitely suspect.
There's a line shot single into right field. Venable gets it in, and Brandon Phillips has the 3rd hit of the night for Cincinnati.
You know, Dick, Tony, I think you can also say this too. You just want the consistency on both sides. That's the only thing that you ever ask for from the umpires.
Yep, you're absolutely right. The difference tonight, though, is Volquez has thrown a whole lot of pitches and has been inconsistent in the strike zone, where Latos has been a little bit more consistent. And when you're consistent, you're the one who, the consistent one is the one who's going to get some calls.
Here's the shift on Jay Bruce. Only Headley on the left side.
120 pitches combined, guys, going into the top of the 4th right now. It's a lot of pitches.
71 Volquez, 49 for Latos. That ball hit high in the air, shallow in center. A long run for Maben, and he calls off Amarista and has to make a sliding catch. Amarista not giving up on it, and so Maben thought apparently that Amarista was going to get there, and then had to turn on the turbos to get to the grass and slide in for the catch.
Well, Bruce took a big swing on that, and Maben, for whatever reason, broke back on the ball, and then
they said that was close. That one almost dropped in there. So 1 out to Todd Frazier. Hit the ball hard right back through the box, deflected by Volquez, a 1-4-3 putout his first time. Your point is well taken. Umpires are human too, and if you're all over the place, they're thinking whether they want to or not. You're thinking ball. If you're around the plate, then you're thinking more strike, and that's been the difference between the calls tonight. You get a borderline, and if they're wild, there goes a runner, and a little hit and run for Dusty Baker. He's had his men at first base 3 times tonight on the go.
This time he decided he wasn't going to just sit back and let the hitter hit. He decided to put hit and run on here. Frazier out in front of the changeup was able to foul it off.
Well, Latos has continued his outstanding pitching, shutting out the Padres through 3 on only 2 hits. Last 2 games he's pitched, he won 3-1 and 2-1, both complete games, 18 innings, allowing 6 hits and striking out 20. He's got 5 strikeouts through 3 innings tonight. One ball, 2 strikes on Frazier. Played his college ball at Rutgers. Grew up in Toms River, New Jersey. If that sounds familiar to you, it's probably because you remember back to the Little League World Series in 1998. He was a member of that championship Little League team. So ahead of another hitter, 1 and 2, and then throws a pitch that's not close enough to tempt.
That's what we were talking about earlier with location. And tonight he's missing so bad that, there's no chance of it being called a strike. Where his last 2 starts, when he missed, it was still around the plate, just not as badly as he's missing tonight.
Runner goes, and another foul ball. Phillips back to first base.
Phillips is not a big guy himself, but he towered over Amarista as he was
now wait
back.
a minute, Tony. Amarista insists he's 5 feet 7 inches tall.
I know. We had Bill Walton here earlier. I played basketball too. I told people I was 6 foot when I was playing. And he's already shown that size doesn't matter. He's swung the bat really well here in the last couple of weeks.
Phillips goes, and a ground ball through the hole into left field. So Phillips will turn at second and head to third. No throw. Well, the hit and run works, even though Frazier didn't hit it to the right side. His direction through that Tony Gwynn alley was perfect.
He did all he could do with this pitch. Like a change up down. He was out in front of it. He just puts it on the ground between short and third. Brandon Phillips did not hesitate. See that ball? See, Phillips did not hesitate going to third, even though that ball was hit to left field. They can get there without a throw, and now the Reds are in business again.
One of the advantages of playing a little hit and run or run and hit is that you stay out of the double play. That's happened once already tonight. The other is, even though you didn't go to the gap with second baseman covering, still, if you hit in the right place, good things happen. So first and third with 1 out to Heisey, who's tripled into right center field. Just parachuted perfectly between Maven and Venable, and that brought Bruce all the way around from first base. The only run of the game so far. Infield playing for the double play. There's your strike.
Good change up there by Volquez. Down in the zone. Down in the zone with a little bit of movement at the end of it. try to get a ground ball here and get out of this inning.
Breaking ball, 1-2. The Reds have just completed the first half of their season, first 81 games. And at 44-37 are a game behind surprising Pittsburgh in the NL Central and a game and a half ahead of St. Louis, Dusty Baker's team. They've been in first place or sharing first place for more than a month and a half until yesterday. Ground ball to short, could be two. There's one. Amarista to first. A double play. 6-4-3. And Volquez and the Padres are out of the inning. Oh my, I love the double play. The articulation to get two on one swing.
To left field. It's doing the little things. Carlos Quentin gets this while Brandon Phillips is rounding second base. He has to make a decision there, and he makes the right one, keeping the double play in order. And then it's Volquez's job to get that ground ball. That's exactly what he does. Puts him on the ground. Big double play by the Padres. Nice job by Carlos Quentin keeping the double play in order. Dick and Tony, back to you.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. That's little things that don't show up in the box score. The big play is just the thoughtful baseball play. You gamble on trying to get the runner at third, and the man who hits the single is at second, and there is no chance at the double play. So the 6-4-3 bails out Volquez in the fourth. And here in the bottom of the fourth, Quinton, Grandal, and Alonso to bat against Matt Latos. Carlos popped to short his first time. Struggling of late. He's 6 for the last 43, hitting about 140. After that sensational start in Chicago, coming off the disabled list.
Still taking good swings, though. I really like his approach. Not been afraid to hit the ball the other way, so fouls and balls out over the plate do not faze him very much at all. Still standing there trying to put a good swing on it.
Broken bat ground ball to short. On the run, Cozart throws him out. Time now for our AT&T trivia question. Here it is tonight from Petco. How many players from Cincinnati were voted by the fans to start in the 1957 All-Star Game? There were some shenanigans there, and vote once and vote often. And how many of the Reds made it to the starting lineup? Of course, that's been altered since, so that there can't be an abuse of the voting system. Although some might question what happened in San Francisco with Pablo Sandoval getting the start this year at third base. David Wright has much superior numbers, and Sandoval was on the injured list. Saw a foul out of play. Well, the final vote, the final two players voted in by you fans. Yu Darvish, the right-hander from Japan, Texas Rangers, will play for the American League, and David Freese selected to play for the St. Louis Cardinals, and that is a bit of a surprise. Many thought the young outfielder from Washington would be the pick.
Yeah,
Harper.
Yeah, Bryce Harper. I was happy to see Chipper Jones get a chance to go to All-Star games. Retiring this year, and Matt Kemp is hurt. Happy to see he gets a chance to go as last year. And
Latos fires that one by Grandal. 6 strikeouts for the ex-Padre right-hander.
Downhill. He said the ball had a little bit of run away from Grandal.
But you could see Grandal way back into March in spring training. From both sides of the plate, he takes powerful swing, and it looks like it's fairly controlled powerful swing.
Yeah. And I think the more experience you get, the better you're going to be. I think we're seeing that from Alonso now. Early in the year, that breaking ball might have been a pitch that he would have chased early in the year. And get 3 months under your belt, and you start to figure it out. And I think they're going to be fine.
Alonso walked his first time. The only free ticket from Latos. 1 walk and 6 strikeouts for Matt.
Guys, in this game, as Tony can also allude to, making that adjustment and then the league making an adjustment to you, that's the big importance of a young player that really has to make those adjustments in the game.
Pulled foul pass first.
That's a good point, Mark, because, yeah, you're right. Young guys, come to the big leagues already a little nervous, apprehensive, not really sure of themselves. They're trying to figure out what pitchers are going to try to do. And from the other end, pitchers they're going to do what they do until you show them that you can handle.
That ball looped into right field for a base hit. So Alonso, one of the players involved in that 4-for-1 deal that sent Latos to Cincinnati, and he's on base for the second time tonight.
That's a breaking ball in the middle of the plate. Doesn't get all of it, but enough of it to line it in the right field for a base hit.
Tony on top of all of the talent, and he was an All-America at the University of Miami and the #1 draft pick of Cincinnati, just as Yasmani Grandal was a Hurricane All-America, #2 in the national balloting for Player of the Year at Miami. Ground ball by Maben, and they get the force at second. We've completed 4, and the Reds lead 1-0. Leading up to the 4th of July, we've shared many messages of appreciation from friends and family of the military, and several of those who submitted those messages join us here at the ballpark tonight with Layla Rahimi. Layla.
I'm joined with the family of fallen Navy SEAL Dennis Miranda. This is Eugene Lewis. And Eugene, when you talk about reaching out for the troops, you reached out to us. What is the message you wanted people to know about who Dennis Miranda is to you?
Dennis was just more than a Navy SEAL. I mean, an awesome and amazing friend, a great brother, somebody who really cared above and beyond, somebody who believed in other people's dreams and who just wanted to see great things. And even after he's gone, it's just mind-boggling the impact that he's had on other people's lives and encourage other people to just truly believe in their dreams. And so just an awesome man. And so we just want to continue to keep on. And we did 13 races, or over 30 races altogether for him. And this year we're going to do even more to keep his memory alive. So,
just a very dedicated team, and you guys all have on Team Dennis Miranda shirts. Passing away in August or in 2010 in Afghanistan, and what are the races that you do to help keep his memory alive?
Well, a month, 3 weeks after his funeral, I left for Afghanistan, and my sister went on to do a marathon for him, and then later on his brother did some races for him, and then as soon as I came back, I did a couple races, and along with my wife, and my goal was 12 races for him, and I ended up doing 13. And this year we're just doing so many more things through Facebook, Team Dennis Miranda. We're going to do a website and a team just to keep his memory alive.
And it's clear he's inspiring you still, if you're doing more races than you even thought you would.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, wasn't really a big fan of running. I mean, I ran, obviously, because got to keep in shape for the military. But, I mean, as far as triathlons and stuff like that, I mean, never thought I would be doing it. But, I mean, this is more than just a friend. My brother, me, and my sister, we grew up 4 houses apart from him. So,
And then if you want people to know one thing about Dennis and what he meant to you, what would that be?
I mean, just, a very determined person. I mean, you're talking about at 5 feet 4 inches and who believed that he was going to be a Navy SEAL and had no other plans. And so just pure determination, pure heart, a great guy. I mean, just an all-around person, very spiritual person, just an awesome and amazing person. So,
Eugene Lewis, Team Dennis Miranda, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Dick Enberg and Tony, back to you.
All right, Layla. Oh, you can just feel the deep sincerity and loss.
Yep.
Eugene Lewis paying tribute for a fallen comrade. The stories are just, they're gut-wrenching, on one hand, and yet so, they inspire you with the kind of quality that people have inspired. And here's this young man, Eugene Lewis. He's just not going to forget his friend Miranda.
And doesn't want anybody else to forget either.
Latos takes a strike. That's a fine play by Alonso to smother that bid for a base hit off the bat of Hannigan and put out 3-1. His glove work has certainly improved in the 3 months of the season. Weak wave. Latos, who took a third strike his first time up. 1-0 Reds. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. A lot of fans out here in Southern California and San Diego County. Cincinnati roots. Look forward to having you out at Petco Park. 3 late games to come, and Latos goes down swinging for the second time. 5 strikeouts for Volquez. And time now for our AT&T trivia question and answer. We ask about the 1957 All-Star Game balloting and how many Reds players were voted to start. How about 7? I think we better change the rules. Not the biggest population base for a major league team, Cincinnati, but boy, did they rally. They said, you can vote as often as you want. Okay, here they come. The only player, other than pitchers, to buck the Cincinnati Avalanche, Stan Musial. They did have to vote for Stan the Man. 1-1. The leadoff hitter Cozart, who has struck out and ripped one to third base that Headley's quick hands snared, and he threw him out. Off speed.
I'm a bit hesitant to say it, but this inning especially, Volquez has done a much better job with location, and he's gotten some quick outs here.
Trying to get through 5 innings in less than 100 pitches. He's at 95. And he strikes out Cozart. 6 strikeouts for Volquez. That's his best inning of the game. Brought to you by Sequan Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer. 4.5 in the books. Halfway mark of this one at Petco Park with Tony Gwynn, Mark Sweeney, Layla Rahimi, Dick Enberg. We're pleased you've joined us. 6 o'clock tomorrow night for Padres Live. Kip Wells will go for the Padres against veteran Bronson Arroyo. Hope you'll join us. And many of you have made ticket plans. 7 o'clock start. Padres down 1-0. Everett Cabrera leads off. Bottom of the 5th inning. Curveball hangs high. Cabrera took a third strike his first time with runners at first and second. Pulled just foul. And Votto, along with being one of the top hitters in all of baseball, he's a Gold Glove performer at first base as well.
Complete. Joey Votto does everything.
Grew up in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Learned this great game. 2-1. He says that when he was fans enjoying baseball and the Fox experience, said that as a kid in Toronto, of course, it's just automatic. If you have a birth certificate that says Canada, you better be able to skate, right? Said he tried to impress his first girlfriend at the ice rink. He was so bad, she dropped him immediately. Line drive, that sharply hit to left, and oh my, what a catch by Heisey. That's what he did last year to the Padres. He's got the triple to drive in the run, and he takes an extra base hit away from Cabrera. It was a gamble of sorts. If he misses that one, it's down in the corner, probably a triple.
See Heisey laying out for that ball. You're right, Dick, that ball gets wide, and Cabrera probably at minimum is going to be standing on third base, but Takes a shot, sails out, and makes the play.
So 1 out to the pitcher Volquez. And Latos buries a strike right down the middle.
You know, guys, with the velocity and plus Latos throwing the ball in, you can see the left fielder take a couple steps over towards that line. Heisey had a great move to the ball. Nice first step.
1-1 to Volquez. Well, it's part of the depth of this Cincinnati team. Why they have one of the best rosters, 25-man rosters in the National League. 1-2. Volquez not going to win any favor from umpire Bell with that reaction. Look at Bell, the umpire, hands on his hips, just staring at Volquez. Well, he didn't punch him out on that pitch.
Matt Latos thought he got in the outside corner with that.
This is becoming a staring contest out here, guys. Both the hitter and the pitcher staring down Wally Bell.
And down goes Volquez. Strikeout number 7 for Latos. 2 away. And Tuesday, of course, the Major League All-Star Game with the best in the business, National and American League. And you're invited to join the action. 4:30 here Pacific time on Fox. 2012 Major League All-Star Game. 7:30 in the evening in Kansas City. But 4:30 the action here on the Pacific Coast. Well, I guess they're saying 7:30 Eastern time because Kansas City, obviously, it'll be a 6:30 start. Follow the best in baseball, and of course at stake home field advantage in the World Series to the winning side. Did that exist when you last played in the All-Star game?
No, it did not.
That was a late addition to put some motivation into trying to win the game.
I was put in right after that I think it was a 4-4 tie in Milwaukee.
Right. Yeah, no decision.
Yeah.
That was delightful.
They wanted it to mean something. And not really a big fan of it, but
off the fist, right back to Latos, and Venable an easy out as Latos mows down the Padres 1-2-3 in the 5th. On vacation strikeout highlight. It involves both pitchers. Matt Latos is fan 7 and Eddie Volquez 6. The strikeout party at Petco tonight as Volquez goes to work in the top of the 6th inning. The difference in the two, not much in the strikeout column. 7-6 favor Latos, but the pitch count And the wildness of Volquez, the difference. Even though he hasn't walked but 2 men, he's been behind so many and gone to 3-2 counts too frequently. This is his 98th toss. Valdez fouls it back. He is an infield hit and a strikeout, Valdez. As Brad Brock, just called up a couple days ago, begins to warm up for the Padres, who also have brought up Miles Michaelis from the minor leagues today. Nick Vincent sent back to Tucson.
When you look at the comparison between the starters, they both have been pretty solid. The difference is you see the pitch count. Volquez getting ready to throw his 100th pitch. Latos has been pretty comfortable at 73.
Chases the ball in the dirt, and down goes Valdez. So the strikeout count is even, 7 aside.
Good breaking ball. Starts it in the zone. See him get the grip. Ends up out of the zone. Valdez chases on the 100th pitch. So you hope that he can have a short inning and maybe have a chance to get through one more.
Here's Votto. He's grounded twice to shortstop. Lines this one to left field, slicing, just foul. We have a moment while Votto returns to first base. Tip of the cap to Sean Evans, sang the national anthem, part of the cast of Les Miserables, performing at the Lawrence Welk Theater July 13th through the 19th, and nice to have him here to sing the anthem. Quite a pregame ceremony with Bill Walton trying to throw a strike and Evans hitting the high notes. One pitch to Votto. Pulled to Alonso. Good play by Alonso. Didn't let the ball play him. He charged it, got that easy short hop. And Votto retired on 3 groundouts tonight.
That one just got out in front of it. Breaking ball. And you're right, Alonso did a nice job taking it on the short hop. Gets the out.
Brandon Phillips has walked and singled 1 for 1 tonight. So it's Kip Wells against Bronson Arroyo tomorrow night. Saturday night, Clayton Richard, who's really been outstanding his last 5 starts, 4 wins and a tough 1-0 loss against Homer Bailey. And Sunday afternoon, still undecided. Could be Ollendorf, could be Marquis on a day's less rest. Breaking ball so good that Phillips bailing out took it for a strike against Johnny Cueto, the ace on this. Well, unless you want to call Matt Latos the ace, but Cueto is right there. That's a pretty tough 1-2 punch.
Yeah, I'd say Cueto's number 1, Latos is 2.
Late swing, and 2 strikes the count on Phillips. Brock throwing seriously in the bullpen as if he's about ready to be called into duty. Boy, that was a terrible hack from Phillips. Strike 3, so 8 strikeouts for Volquez, keeping the Padres in the game. It's still 1-0. And we remind you, you can follow Fox Sports San Diego's coverage of the Padres. MLB.com at Bat 12 for your iPhone, Windows Mobile, the iPad, Android, and others. Give live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, all that you'd ever want in high definition. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit Padres.com for details. Amarista leads off the 6th and takes strike 1. He is lined to left and single to center, also stole a base, as he has extended his hitting streak to 9 straight games. Headley on deck has a 9-game streak, looking for his first hit tonight. Did not go, says third base umpire Wegner.
Hear Wally Bell from all the way up here saying no.
Foul back out of play. Who was the best collegiate player you saw during the San Diego State season?
Oh, that's a good question, Dick, because
you don't have to come up with the answer.
Yeah, you know what? The kid the Padres drafted from Stony Brook, center fielder, forget his last name.
Jankowski?
He's very good. I watched him on TV quite a bit.
2-2 to Amarista.
I would say this year the pitchers probably dominated college baseball this year more than hitters did.
How about high school? Some of the kids, did you see any of the pitchers of the Padres?
I did not.
Ground ball bounced to second. Phillips gets a nice convenient hop, and there's one away. Now let's look around the majors on this Thursday night. Mark Burley of the Marlins, a good outing, 8 strikeouts and a 4-0 shutout win against Milwaukee. Jeff Carson's the amazing Pirates, a 2-0 win over Houston. Boy, Houston really struggling. They hardly ever win on the road. And Lance Lynn, St. Louis, another good pitching effort as the Cardinals take care of the Rockies 6-2.
Lance Lynn, 11 wins this year.
Well, the Rockies really struggling, aren't they? Of course, they're without Troy Tulowitzki. Pitching is really a mess. Headley has struck out twice facing Latos. 1-1 the count.
We talked a little bit in the open. We thought Latos could be a tough guy to deal with, and thus far tonight he's been very good. His fastball's got good life. On his breaking ball for a strike is mixed in a changeup and a slider.
Just misses low. 2-1 the count. Three and one. Now that's a pitch that has been called a strike by Wally Bell a few times, including in the third inning when he punched out the man at the plate now, Headley.
The last one didn't come back enough.
3-1. And a high strike. Another full count. Chase Headley. Base is empty. 1 out here in the 6th. And ball 4. The man who has walked more than any Padre trots to first base with his 50th walk of the year. Significant date in baseball history. 1947. Jackie Robinson has already broken the color barrier starting the season with the Brooklyn Dodgers, but the first black player in the American League was Larry Doby, a left-handed hitting outfielder. I had a chance to see Doby that year as a young kid in Detroit. Made it to the Baseball Hall of Fame. 1998 class, hit 253 career home runs. Could run, great arm, tremendous power. Larry Doby debuted on this date, 1947. Carlos Quinton, the hitter. He's popped to short and grounded to short tonight. Latos having to work from the stretch. Sometimes that makes a difference. He's walked his second man. He struck out 7.
Even after the walk, not giving in there to Carlos Quentin to start him out with a breaking ball.
One and one. This is Quentin's 30th game. He's been hit by a pitch 8 times already. He takes away that inside corner. He's right on top of the dish. Dodgers leading Arizona 4-1 in the 8th. Arizona's lost 5 in a row. Pulled to third. There's 1. And there's 2. A 5-4-3 double play as Quentin wrapped sharply to the third baseman.
Friends with you. Going to get you ready for the post-game show, but the in-game show has been a pitcher's duel. Matt Latos and Edinson Volquez both looking tough, Mark.
Well, Matt Latos throwing the ball inside to open the outside corner, but he is really wearing out that inside part of the plate. Volke, a lot of pitches in the first and second, settled down, done a nice job getting his share of strikeouts as well.
15 in total between the two. Coming up in the post-game show, we'll break down what it is about these guys that have made them so successful. Also, Tony Gwynn, as you know, is in the booth. He and Mark Sweeney are going to talk about hitting tips. So make sure your little leaguers and coaches are around for the post-game show. And, of course, you'll hear from the manager, Buddy Black. Dick, Tony?
Well, I would encourage you and even you youngsters, stay up a little later tonight. And if you want to be a good hitter, there's some outstanding information you're going to get between the man himself, Mr. Padre Tony Gwynn, and Mark Sweeney. But business yet to be done here on the field as Volquez, with 106 pitches starting this inning, faces Bruce, Frazier, and Heisey. 1-0 Reds. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. The only run of the game in the second inning, Bruce walked. Remember, Bruce was at bat in the first inning, and the count was 3-2. Runners went prematurely, and the Padres were able to get the final out in a rundown. So he came back up and went to 3-2 again, and then walked, and eventually came around and a triple by Heisey. Heisey's ball didn't get all the way to the warning path, but it was perfectly placed in right center field, and that's the only run. Not many hits. 4 hits for the Reds, 3 for the Padres. still at 95 miles an hour. I mean, Volquez's stuff is amazing for him to struggle the way he does.
It again is just, see that stat up there, 33 pitches at 95 plus. Your stuff is good enough.
Got him swinging. That's 9 strikeouts. Yeah, we told you earlier, promised you that it'd be Miller time later in the game, and here it is. Miller-like time. First inning. Runners at first and second. They take off too quickly on a 3-2 pitch. And the rundown. Good job done by Volquez to run the runner back. Finally to Headley, and they get Valdez trying to score from third.
That was just a good play by Volquez because Padres had shifted. It was a 3-2 count. Chase Headley was playing shortstop. And Volquez did a nice job of not panicking. Picked off Phillips at first base, and Valdez took off. And he was very aware when he hit the third base bag. He turned to look, and then they had to play it for Frazier at the plate.
A ball and a strike now to Frazier, who is wrapped into a deflected 1-4-3 put out and singled through the hole in left field on the left side the last time up. Volquez seems to be getting better as the game endures. So he has put together, prior to this game, 4 terrific starts, 3-1, a 2.96 ERA. That change bounces in. 2-2. And as you well know, that among all the National League pitchers, Volquez could get a lawyer and sue for lack of support. Not much run support. And here it is again tonight. Nice. Another strikeout. That's 3 in a row and 10 tonight.
Boy, what a great changeup this is. You see him trip the changeup, and not only does he change the speed, but it's got a little bit of sink to a right-hand hitter. And well, it's got a little bit of sink to it too. And you saw Frazier go right over the top of that changeup. So
Izzy, the triple to drive in the run, and knocked into a double play, and he swings and misses. Here's the play. It's not a drive into right center, but just in between Venable and Maven, and running all the way on the play was Jay Bruce to score on the triple. That's it. 1-0. Volquez with the 10 strikeouts. That's his best of the season for the Padres. His career high is 13. That was 5 years ago against the Pirates. But an outstanding outing for a man who struggled early on. Lots of 3-2 counts. And now the Reds are just swinging at echoes here. They're not even fouling the ball off.
I mean, everything he's throwing right now, it's got good life to it. He's got good arm action on it. He's throwing his changeup. He's throwing his fastball. He's throwing his slider.
It's almost as if he's mad at himself. He slams down the rosin bag for what happened way back in the first and second inning. Took a lot of pitches away from him. Pitch away from striking out the side. 94 tried to get Heisey to climb the ladder. 2-2.
He's probably slamming that rosin bag because he just wasn't this sharp early in the game. He didn't locate this good early in the game. And right now he's locating and putting all his pitches in the strike zone.
Line drive over Headley's head into the left field corner. Headley just missed that one. On his way to second base is Heisey, and he's got a double and a triple tonight. As soon as I saw that name in the starting lineup, it just brought back memories of last year. That Heisey, he's the guy that hit a couple of home runs and stole a win from the Padres with a great catch last year, and here he is tonight. He's made an outstanding defensive play, and he's got 2 extra base hits.
Not that bad of pitch, really. Breaking ball maybe hung it a little bit, but Heisey did a nice job lining that ball down the left field line. Chase Headley barely missed it.
And here comes Darren Balsley with 2 outs here in the 7th inning and 121 pitches thrown by Volquez tonight. And it may just be Balsley saying, do you have enough for one more out?
He also could be saying you got the pitcher on deck. After Hannigan here, do you want to pitch to him or do you want to put him on?
Why wouldn't you put him on and force Dusty's hand? Do you want to keep him either Latos hits, or if you want to pinch hit, then you get Latos out of the game?
And the other thing, I wouldn't even have had to go to the mound to tell him that. I'd have just put 4 fingers up and say, hey, that's what he wants.
There's a nice vacancy right up that first pillow there. Yeah, and that's what they're going to do. Latos has struck out both times tonight. Sam LeCure is throwing in the bullpen for Cincinnati, but that could just be a bluff too by Baker to have somebody throwing to try to influence the strategy by Black.
A little gamesmanship in both dugouts.
But we're about to find out whether or not Dusty Baker is going to take a chance on padding his 1-0 lead with a pinch hitter, or stay with Latos, who has had a dominant game, allowing only 3 hits. All singles. Now there's ball 4. And the decision has been made, and no surprise, Latos is going to hit. Now those are little moments in baseball that make it such an intriguing game.
Well, thinking back now, the conversation might have been, hey, we're going to walk Hannigan here, but you're going to have to make quality pitches to Latos because he could still swing the bat a little bit.
Yeah, batting practice, he put on a show. He's a strong young man. He overthrew that one at 93. Heisey with a 2-out double. Hannigan with the intentional pass. Top of the 7th, 1-0 Reds. Sharply hit right at Cabrera. The force at second. The inning is over. Stretch half of the 7th at Petco. 1-0 Reds. The Marines to be honored on Sunday. Hope to see you here. 1 o'clock game. And how about tomorrow night? Another party at the park. Wine and Food Festival presented by Verizon. Come early. Enjoy some terrific wine and food specials at Park at the Park. before the game with the Reds. The party starts at 5. The first pitch at 7:05. A couple of hours to have a nice libation and some good eating. Get your tickets at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. Always a good time Friday nights at Petco. Well, they always have a good time here at this beautiful ball yard. Yasmani Grandal, 4th player since 1900 to hit 4 home runs in his first 5 or 6 rather career major league games, and that one just long enough last night to help the Padres to a sweep at Arizona. So Grandal, Alonso, 2 of the players brought to San Diego in that Cincinnati trade to start things here in the 7th. Try to get a run for Volquez. Man's worked hard. 127 pitches. His career high, his previous high, Volquez, was 121. So that's a Herculean effort by Volquez to lead the game, allowing only 1 run, 5 hits, striking out 10, but trailing 1-0. Grandal is flied to left and struck out swinging. Latos, next pitch will be his 90th.
The 2 is the question. Latos has been more efficient.
Most of Latos's bad statistics were back in April when he struggled early. But there is one number that jumps off his sheet that would give Padre fans some hope here in the late innings. He's allowed 17 home runs. Of course, he's pitching in a ballpark where a check swing might get you in trouble. What a hitter's park that is.
You're talking about him struggling early in the year. It might be too, because Cincinnati's not the warmest place early in the year.
And the count goes 2-2 to Grandal.
Latos tried to drop that slider down and in to Grandal.
Fouled at the plate. He's hit 2 home runs left, 2 home runs right. And if Luke Gregerson takes over warming up in the bullpen, told us in that pregame interview that he's a left-hander by nature. He had to learn to hit right-handed. That's his offside.
Yeah,
so he's up there his strong side.
That's unusual. Most switch hitters are right-handed.
Learn how to hit left.
Learn how to hit left-handed.
Bounced up the middle. High hopper. Shortstop Cozart deep behind the bag to throw him out. Didn't have quite enough behind it to shoot that one out to center field. That'll bring up Alonso. He's been on base both times with a walk and a single. Pittsburgh a winner tonight, 2-0, beating Houston. And they lead the Reds by a game starting tonight in the National League Central. Padres, meanwhile, trying to extend their longest winning streak of the season to a half dozen. There are the standings in the Central, with Pittsburgh already with a win, so a 1.5 game lead. And St. Louis tightly behind there in 3rd place, 2.5 out. Well out of play. Alonso and Grandal look as if they could go to the tailor and get the same suit and wear it and share it. But Grandal is the man with much stronger home run power. But that ball's hit well by Alonso, and it's up the gap. And that one's going to diving. Heisey can't get it. And Alonso pulls into second with a double. That's his power zone there. The shot to left center field, and the Padres have the tying run in scoring position. And Heisey almost made another sensational play.
Alonso did a nice job going with this ball. This ball's elevated up in the zone, and he carves it into left center.
Heisey closed on this.
He really did. He just came up just a little bit short. Valdez jumping over him. But that ball is just a little bit by him. He gave a great effort.
When it left the bat, it looked as if there was no chance either outfielder. It was well placed between the two, and Heisey closed on it. That would have been the catch of the year. 20 doubles for Alonso. That's right there at the top of the list among National League rookies. Now here's Maben, a chance to tie it up. Maben is single to left and grounded to short. Grandal, Alonso, the first Padre with a pair of hits. Only 4 total tonight off Latos. Sean Marshall and Logan Andrusek warming up, and there's strike 2. There they are. As the next pitch will be number 100 for Matt Latos. Interesting alignment on the right side for Maben. Votto is way off the line at first. Late swing ground ball over the bag at first could be troublesome for the Reds. Look how far off the bag he is. A third of the way to second base.
If you can't run Maben, maybe you can hunt a ball out over the plate. He's throwing you a slider out there. He's throwing you 2 fastballs out there.
A ball and 2 strikes on the Padres center fielder. 1-0 game here in the bottom of the 7th. Alonso the tying run with a double out at second. Cued that one.
Latos took a lot off of that breaking ball right there. He's out in front of that. Ball's out over the plate. He caught that right off the end. Into the bat.
Jammed him. Well, so much of this trade on display with Latos on the mound against Volquez, plus Grandal and Alonso in the lineup. And you'd have to think that Walt Jocketty of the Reds, the general manager, and Josh Burns of the Padres, if they said, you want to make that trade today? I think they'd both do it, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Definitely do.
That's a good trade. Both sides happy. 1-2. Chopped by the mound. Charged by Phillips. He does get him, and the Padres explode. Here comes Bud Black. And even Dave Roberts, who rarely shows any emotion, he jumps at the call as well. Maben going to the head first slide. Thought he'd beaten the throw, and it sure looked like he did. And here's the replay. Oh, he's in there easily. Yes. Easily. What is he looking at? First base umpire Brian Knight, who has been honored as one of the all-star umpires. He'll be in Kansas City, and he totally misses that call. Of course, it's tough. You're not expecting the guy to dive in.
And first, exactly.
And the first base umpire, the training there is you're listening for the sound of the ball, the glove, and you're looking at the bag and the foot. And then somebody sneaks in there quietly with a head-first slide, and he just missed the call. That's a shame because it should be first and third with 1 out. And now 2 outs and a man at third.
And you're right, Dick. You're listening for that sound, but he's clearly on the bag.
Tremendous effort by Maven with all his speed to try to dive in there and get that infield hit. So Bud Black has had his say. But Alonso moves to third with 2 out. And it'll be up to Cabrera.
And it's tough because, you know, these guys taught to keep your emotions in check and be professional. And, you know, Cameron Maven clearly beat that ball out and gets called out.
Yeah, poetic justice would be Cabrera getting a base hit and tying it up. So I guess Black has been tossed. I don't see him in the dugout. I didn't see any move by Knight to throw him out, but the fact we're looking at Rick Renteria, who's the bench coach, makes one think maybe he has.
Yeah, he did. He got tossed.
So compounding, and that often is what happens. An umpire misses the call, and then he compounds it by throwing out the manager as if he was wrong. But that's baseball. It's just...
Well, you hope that they, you know, do their homework. You know, after this game, go inside, take a look to see if you missed it or not. Your buddy getting tossed.
Yeah, he was clearly tossed.
And he didn't, of course, the umpire doesn't want to hear that, but you know, you made a mistake. You missed it.
2-2 on Cabrera.
There's that inside-out fastball.
That's a good pitch. Yeah.
Starts it in and runs it back, and a lot of times left-hand hitters give up on that ball, and it comes back, and catches the inside part of the plate.
So Rick Renteria will run the rest of the game from that dugout for the Padres. 2-2 the pitch. Alonso at third base with 2 out. Cabrera asking plate umpire Bell, was that a strike? Bell said yes it was.
Yes it was. And again, that kind of put that thought in your mind. God, he had such a hard time trying to get to that last pitch.
Mark Kotze, the veteran left-handed hitter, on deck in case. Struck him out. Well, a tough inning for first base umpire Brian Knight. Maven's great hustle, no reward. He's called out anyway. And Bud Black given the heave-ho as we've completed 7. And it's 1-0 Reds. Infield hit. Saturday on Baseball Night in America, it's the Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. Another showdown in that great rivalry. Baseball Night in America telecast presented by Budweiser will begin Saturday at 4 o'clock Pacific time, only on Fox. And it's a doubleheader for you fans. Then on Fox Sports San Diego, the 7 o'clock game features Clayton Richard and Homer Bailey. Game 3 of this series. Brad Brock comes in to pitch in the 8th inning. And tough luck outing for Edinson Volquez. He allows 1 run on 5 hits. The only run scored was one of his 3 walks. Struck out 10. Ryan Ludwig there talking with Matt Latos, 2 former Padres, as pitch popped up by Cozart, and Alonso has the first out here in the 8th. Brad Brock. Some of the fans down the first base side still unhappy, razzing umpire Knight. You're going to call that one a down. You know, the San Diego Padre fans don't get upset that often. It's kind of good to see them get into the game, get on a bad call.
A little feisty tonight.
Yeah. Try to get this 6th win in a row. Valdez has singled an infield hit to short and struck out twice against Volquez.
The good thing for the Padres is they're only down 1-0, so they still got 2 innings, 6 outs.
And one would think Latos has probably completed his night's work. He's well over 100 pitches himself.
Ludwig was talking to him as if he was congratulating him for 7 strong innings.
High fly ball, Venable in right. 2 away. Valdez gone, and that'll bring up Votto. Well, you can add some style to your summer wardrobe with a pair of exclusive Padres sunglasses. Watch your Padres battle the Astros. That's Thursday, July 19th, a 7:05 game. And you'll receive a pair of Padres sunglasses presented by Knockaround Sunglasses. Get your tickets at Padres.com. 619-795-5555. Well, Votto, Volquez able to handle him. 3 ground ball outs tonight. 0 for 3, but now facing the youngster Brock. And the count goes 1-1. Get through a game and put the collar on Votto, you've done something.
Yeah.
Joe Thatcher, the bullpen. Good pitch by Brock.
A little change up, turned over. So one thing you don't see Votto do very often is chase balls out of the zone. That ball bounced right on top of the plate.
Fly to center, hit well, but Maven is there to make the catch. Votto lines out. Brock retires the side in order. Bottom of the 8th, 1-0 Reds. By Petco, where the healthy pets go. Out at the Hall of Champions up in Balboa Park, one of the great sports museums in the country. It matches the National Museum in quality, and a salute to the Padres' 1998 National League West title. If you haven't visited the Hall of Champions and you're a sports fan, you've been missing out. A good place to take the youngsters, and captures the history, the great history in all sports of San Diego athletes, including the man to my left, Mr. Padre, and a man we both admired growing up, Mr. Ted Williams. Went out to see where he grew up this year.
Did you?
In the house, and still exists. And now the ballpark just 1 block away from his home. I want to do a little video piece on that and share that with our audience. You can see the damage. If he hit the ball over the right field fence in that ballpark, it would literally go 2 miles because it's downhill. The road goes downhill all the way to the ocean. And you bet he did that. And there's a long drive to left field. Speaking of home runs, and that ball is gone. Logan Forsythe pinch hit, and the game is tied at 1 as he greets Sean Marshall. Well, that home run power on the road took a while to awaken at Petco. No doubt about that shot by Forsythe. Oh, my.
Looked like a slider there. Forsythe is right on this ball. That sound, you hear that sound of ball hitting bat crisply.
Another rookie. Second home run of the season for Forsythe. And it's a new ball game, tied at 1. That takes Latos and Volquez out of the final decision. Oh my, did he get into that one? Here's Chris DeNorfia pinch hitting for Venable against the lefty Marshall. DeNorfia has been a hot hitter. He's 10 for the last 16. If you look at Forsythe, after he's been congratulated in the dugout, DeNorfia in the last 24 games hitting at a .368 pace. High and away. Marshall had not allowed a run in any of his last 8 appearances, going 7 2/3 innings. Forsythe made quick work of that stat. And down goes DeNorfia as one of the better Padre hitters against left-handed pitching. Let's go back to Logan Forsythe. He's slipped into the game so quickly and nailed that first opportunity against Marshall.
Well, extension is right on that breaking ball. And from the time it left the bat, there was never any doubt that ball was going to go out of the ballpark.
The attendance tonight, 25,181 on a Thursday night. A nice turnout here at Petco. Amarista fouls that one away. He's lined out, singled, stolen a base, and grounded to second. Bullpen for the Reds has been outstanding. Second in the National League, or second in the major leagues. 2.7, 2.11 batting average and a 2.73 ERA. But Forsythe puts a dent, and it's a 1-1 tie here in the 8th.
Here's the benefit of Edison Volquez pitching so well after giving up that run, as he kept his team only down 1 run, where one swing of the bat could get you back to even.
Amarista spinning away from a curveball, no intent there. I would just love to be able to tap into what he's thinking. Ground ball left side. It's a long throw for Cozart, and he gets it there in time for the out. 2 away, and the hitter will be Chase Headley. He'll turn around the bat from the right side. There's Andrew Kastner on the left next to Forsythe. We talked with the big right-hander. He's going to have an MRI. He feels that it isn't serious, that it is indeed that lat muscle underneath the armpit. And he's hoping to be back at work in 3 weeks. Took Houston Street almost 4 weeks to recover, but has come back in full force and is on his way to the All-Star game. But we may not see Kastner again until around the 1st of August. Hopefully so. 1-0 to Headley. Breaking ball.
Marshall's not throwing many fastballs up there. He's pretty much relying on that breaking ball, whether it's a curveball or a slider. Almost a fastball. I think I would call that fastball more of a sinker. A little bit of late movement there at the end.
That ball sharply struck into left field. Headley a 2-out single, representing the go-ahead score here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Logan Forsythe home run ties it, and Headley keeps it alive with that solid single to left, and that brings Dusty Baker out of the dugout.
See these replays. Solid swing there by Chase Headley.
So apparently, yes, Baker is going to make a change. Logan Ondrusek, big right-hander coming in to pitch to Carlos Quentin, the Padres cleanup man. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Bottom of the 8th, a 1-1 tie, and Headley a 2-out single. A reminder to catch another episode of Padres POV with Kerry Chow tomorrow night before the Padres game against the Cincinnati Reds at 5:30 here on Fox Sports San Diego, presented by Sequan Casino. That's at 5:30, then 6 o'clock for Padres Live before Kip Wells goes against Bronson Arroyo. Logan Forsythe off the bench to club a home run, and the Padres, interestingly, have hit a pinch hit home run 3 consecutive games. Jesus Guzman 2 nights ago in Arizona, the big one by Grandal last night, and now Forsythe this evening. That's an unusual run. 3 pinch hit home runners in 3 consecutive games.
It is so hard to do. Come off the bench. You know, and I'm sure now you got cages in some of the ballparks they play in now, but still, you're going to hit off the tee, or maybe somebody's going to throw you some balls. Come into a game and hit a pinch hit homer on a breaking ball, too.
Here's Quentin. He's due. And the count goes 1-1 against Logan Ondrusek. Big guy, 6 feet 8 inches tall, from Shiner, Texas. Famed Shiner, Texas Black Eyes. One ball, 1 strike. Headley, the go-ahead score at first. Off speed. Quentin, a really good fastball hitter, looking fastball, and he's not getting many of them of late.
Like he was a little bit out in front of that breaking ball.
Time called by Quentin. So a pitching duel it was. Edinson Volquez and Matt Latos each going 7 innings. Latos 4-hit shutout through 7. Volquez a 1-run, 10 strikeouts through 7. Neither will figure in the decision. It's tied at 1 now in the bottom of the 8th thanks to Logan Forsythe's home run. Out of play. So if you see Edinson Volquez walking the streets of San Diego and he's mumbling to himself, please understand he's just gone through his 7th start and the Padres have given him 0 runs. 7 starts. Hang in there, Eddie. I really like his personality. I mean, he shows his emotions, and I like that. Maybe sometimes the umpires don't.
We know how good a job you're doing.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Drusick not falling asleep on the mound, knowing Headley's got 10 stolen bases. He's got a chance to possibly steal one and get himself into scoring position. And Drusick is holding the ball, slide stepping, throwing the first quickly. So he understands Headley could steal a base here.
That ball hit well to right, but it's going to die out in right field, and it's Bruce there to make the catch. But the Padres on Forsythe's pinch home run have tied it at 1. Duel, and that was expected. Latos, the former Padre, using his strikeout pitch, had 8 tonight, and Volquez answered with 10 of his own, and the only run scored after a walk. And Gary Heise able to drop this ball into right field, just away from Venable, and it scored. Jay Bruce would walk, the only run of the game, and then a controversial call as Maven was called out by first base umpire Brian Knight. And on that play, Buddy Black thrown out of the game. The next batter would have been a pinch hitter, and Forsythe then led off the next inning as the pinch hitter and clubbed the home run to tie it up at 1. And that's where we stand as we go to the top of the 9th inning. Houston Street. the Padre closer, on the mound on his way to Kansas City and Tuesday night's All-Star game as the Padre representative. As we said earlier, the Reds will have 3 men in uniform for the National League side, with Joey Votto the starting first baseman, Jay Bruce in the outfield, and the hard-throwing Cuban left-hander Aroldis Chapman. Forsythe stays in the game at second, and Denorfia will go into right field for Venable. And there is Aroldis Chapman. Highly publicized. Everyone figured this would be one of the really great young pitchers. And remember last year, 105 miles an hour here. Even tattooed his arm. And the first pitch from Street is driven to right field for a base hit. Brandon Phillips gets the Reds going here in the top of the 9th inning. That's his second hit.
He just made that look easy too. He just backed up sinker and took it the other way. Take a look. Just backs that ball up, short stroke, lines it in the right field.
Jay Bruce, he walked in the second leading off and came around on Heisey's triple for the Cincinnati run. He's flied out and struck out since. Street got the save last night, retired the D-backs in order in the 9th.
Let's see if they want Jay Bruce here and try to get Phillips in the scoring position. I don't think so.
The Padres in the last of the 9th inning will have Grandal and Alonso, and then Maben scheduled. That's a strike. And Houston Street, he can pinpoint his pitches. I mean, he's not going to overpower you, but he knows your weakness, and he can throw that ball in a teacup. Bounces that one in. 2 balls and a strike. A 1-1 tie. We're in the top of the 9th at Petco. Remembered. Three and 1. So the control a little off for Houston Street. That's his strength.
Good action pitch here.
Third baseman Frazier on deck. Might be a play. Headley over to the box seat railing. Now just out of his reach. Full count.
Chase get to the railing quickly and give himself a chance to try to make a play, but it's too far in. Of course, nobody worrying about him. Everybody's looking at the baseball.
Right. 3-2. The runner goes, and the ball fouled away. Well, Dusty Baker has had his runners moving all night.
3-2 pitch. Brandon Phillips got a real good jump.
Out in the park at the park. Mike Pomerantz and Mark Sweeney out there getting their ad libs ready. Right near your step. Oh, they got him. How about that? Houston Street picks him off. Oh my, says Dusty. That wasn't in the game plan.
I said he had gotten a good jump the last time, and this time Brandon Phillips gets hung out to dry on a quick move by Houston Street.
Boy, that was a hung out to dry of the year. Big pickoff. Now the 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. Got him with a sinker. 11 strikeouts for Padre pitching tonight.
Just a great pitch right there by Houston Street. Not giving in. Making him hit his pitch. Throws him a good little sinker right there, and he goes right over the top of it.
Todd Frazier, a single in 3 at-bats. Each team with 6 hits and 1 run. Chapman continues to throw down in the right field corner. Apparently he's going to be the pitcher in the bottom of the 9th. Frazier, 1-1. And a couple of ex-Cincinnati #1 draft picks. Grandal and the year before Alonso out of the University of Miami will be scheduled to hit last of the 9th, and this slider away. 2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Like that was a slider, kind of backed up on Frazier. He was waiting for the break, and it really never broke.
That's one of those you're glad to get the ball back
Yeah.
if you're Houston Street.
Cement mixer.
Struck him out. Houston Street allows a single, picks off Phillips, and then strikes out Bruce and Frazier in the 9th. Alonso and Grandal and Maben scheduled. And in the bottom of the 8th inning, Logan Forsythe into the Western Metal Supply Company deposits a pinch home run. That's 3 games in a row. The Padres with a pinch homer to tie the game at 1-1. That's our Carl's Jr. star of the game. Part of the youth movement that is producing here in mid-July. And here are 2 more rookies to start it off, Grandal and Alonso. Andrusek stays in. Chapman sits down in the right field bullpen. Yasmani is flying to left, struck out, and grounded to short. So he's gone the other way against Latos, unable to pull the ball. 2-0.
It looks like they're trying to come in on it. So 2-0. They expect to get something to hit here.
Chops it foul. Well, just a salute to the two starting pitchers. Matt Latos going 7 innings, shutout ball, 4 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. In his last 3 starts now, he's allowed a total of 2 earned runs in 25 innings of pitching. That ball hit well to right field. It's over the head and bouncing off the wall. Bruce will play it off the wall, and into second goes Grandal with a double. A laser shot to right by Grandal.
Oh, he got to this ball quickly. Fastball in. Well, it looked like might have been. Just had a different kind of tumble to it, but he tried to get it in, and he couldn't get it in quick enough. Grandal lines that ball to right field, and you see the bench get up. We forgot they were at Petco here, and it's a line drive double instead of a line drive homer.
Knocked a couple of lights out of that auxiliary scoreboard. Now they're going to walk Alonso intentionally. And pitch around the left-handed hitter and bring up Cameron Maben. So Alonso was on base all 3 times against Matt Latos with a walk, a single, and a double. Won't get a chance here as they put him on intentionally, and will take their chances on Maben. And an opportunity for a possible double play. We'll see how Bud Black, or Rick Renteria in this case, will play it here.
I think you might want to bunt here. Try to get those guys in scoring position, because if you do, you're going to decide whether you walk Cabrera or not and get the bases loaded to give yourself a chance to probably get the double play. So.
Got the veteran Mark Kotze lurking down in that dugout as a pinch hitter.
A little bit of strategy here. The infielders start having a conversation. Frazier's going to Andrusic saying, hey, if this guy wants it down the third base line, if you can get to it, I'll get to the bag. If not, I'll get to it and I'll get the out at first. Conversations between the shortstop and the second baseman.
Now they're looking for the sacrifice, the Reds infield. Grandal, not a fast runner at second base. That was not a pickoff so much as a little move to see whether or not Maben was going to square it a bunt.
Absolutely. If he would give it away a little bit too soon, so they could know how they're going to attack this possible bunt.
Votto in front of the runner at first base, ready to charge. And creeping in from third, and there's the bunt. A good high bunt. That's a real good bunt. He may beat this out. He does. Andrusic, had he let it go, it might have kicked foul as he fielded it and then skidded off the grass into the dirt path. And the bases are loaded with no one out here in the 9th inning.
I really think that's his only play, is to let this ball bounce and see if it's going to go foul, because he was not going to have a chance of throwing out Cameron Maben. And so the baseball guys kind of work out in Cameron Maben's favor this time.
Now that is poetic justice.
Where he got called out, it's kind of justice that he gets a base hit right there, trying to do the right thing.
So with no one out and the bases loaded and the winning run 90 feet away, Dusty Baker will pull his outfield in. They'll play at softball depth. And the infield the same. Everything designed defensively to cut off Alonso at third. Now the Padres are not going to use a pinch runner for Alonso, as Sam LeCure begins to throw again in the bullpen. He was up earlier. And Dusty goes out to talk with Andrusek and takes the ball from him. So they're going to make a pitching change here with the bases loaded. And that doesn't matter so much as just to have a man at third and no one out.
Yeah. Well, right now, it looks like Dusty wants to bring McClure in here, and he's more of a sinker baller, so you're looking to get a ground ball, first of all. The Reds are going to play the infield, and the outfielders are going to have to come in. And you see Phil Plantier having a conversation with Edward Cabrera, not only letting him know what he's going to see when he gets up to the plate, but you try to tell guys in this situation, it's in your best interest to be selected. Make sure you're swinging at strikes in this situation. Otherwise, you walk a guy and the game's over.
Of course, Cabrera pinch hitter and bringing in a right-hander, LeCure moves Cabrera to his stronger side. Everett hitting left-handed this year, 287. Right-handed only 140. So that a positive for San Diego. And of course, all focus defensively for the Reds on home plate and trying to stop Alonso. We're at beautiful Petco Park, first of a 4-game series on this Thursday night. A pitcher's duel between former Padre Matt Latos and former Red Edinson Volquez. 1-0 going into the 8th inning. Logan Forsythe a pinch hit home run to tie it at 1, and now the Padres in the bottom of the 9th inning have the bases loaded, no one out, and a chance to make it 6 wins in a row. Cabrera will be the hitter. Dick Enberg with Tony Gwynn. Pleased that you joined us. And great to have the Hall of Famer Tony back in the broadcast booth with us. And his analysis will continue tomorrow night in our game. Padres live at 6 o'clock. Game 2 at Edinson Volquez and 25,181 at Petco. Most of them rooting for Cabrera to end it right here.
Got to give this crowd a lot of credit. They've hung in here when it really didn't look good early. They've hung right in here, and now the home team has a chance to win this game right here.
Infield tight, outfield in. Cabrera ends the game with that shot way out there. Would have been a ground rule double, and the Padres win it 2-1. Everett Cabrera makes short work of that drama. First pitch and drove that one to deep left field. Had the outfielders been at their regular position, that still would have been a base hit. And the Padres win 2-1 and extend their winning streak to 6 in a row.
That's all you can ask for is to get a ball elevated, and he did. And he didn't try to pull it. Went right with it. This ball bounced in the stand, so I don't know is this a ground rule double here or a single?
That's right.
And
How do you score that?
Maybe you get 2 RBIs instead of 1, but he drove this ball in the left center field, and it bounced into the stands, and the Padres get a win.
That's a good point. The official score will have to decide whether or not the final score is 3-1 or 2-1, in that the ball did bounce into the stands, and under baseball conditions, that's a ground rule double. You'll get only 1 run for that. That doesn't matter, except statistically tomorrow, and the fact that Cabrera wouldn't mind another RBI.
I would take another RBI if they give it to me.
Oh my, what a game. We're back home and a 2-1 win for the Padres. Layla.
Joined by Yasmani Grandal. Yasmani with the double to get the rally started. What did you see on the pitch from Andrusek?
Well, I know he has a pretty good cutter, so I was looking for something in to drive, and he gave me the pitch. I got a good swing on it, and we started a rally because of that.
You caught for Edinson Volquez. I know you guys couldn't get him the timely run support, but what does it mean to see him happy for you guys?
I mean, he pitched great. He made one mistake, which it was a fastball over man on second. They did a good job on hitting it the other way with a double. But, other than that, he pitched a great game.
I know you were looking forward to seeing the Reds. Your thoughts on getting this win against your former team?
Well, I mean, like I said, it's going to be an exciting series, especially us with the 6th win in a row. We want to keep on going towards the All-Star break, and hopefully we'll take a couple of more off of them.
Well, just the fireworks begin now tonight. Thanks, Yasmani. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Yeah, the Padres get the winning hit from their number 8 hitter, Everett Cabrera, a no-doubter. Shot to left field and a 2-1 win. We think it's 2. If it's 3, that's okay as well. In front of 25,181, and we're going to go to Mike Pomerantz.
Here's what I do know. Regardless